Hare Krishna. So, welcome to all of you for the Saturday evening program. So, we are reading from ninth verse of 8th chapter, Bhagavad Gita. So, you can all repeat after me. Kavim Puranam Manushasitaram Kavim Puranam Manushasitaram Kavim Puranam Manushasitaram Kavim Puranam Manushasitaram Manoraniyam Shamanuskaredya Manoraniyam Shamanuskaredya Sarvasya Tataram Achintya Rupam Sarvasya Tataram Achintya Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasarvarasta Aditya Varnam Tamasarvarasta One should meditate upon the Supreme Person as one who knows everything, as He who is the oldest, who is the controller, who is smaller than the smallest, who is the maintainer of everything, who is beyond all material conception, who is inconceivable and who is always a person. He is luminous like the sun. He is transcendental beyond this material nature. So, we discussed Arjuna asking many questions immediately after Lord Krsna summarizing 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, knowledge of the absolute truth, where he said the two verses, Sa Adi Bhutam, Sa Adi Daivam, Sa Adi Yajnam, Chame Viduhu. One who understands that I am the governing principle of all the material nature, Sa Adi Bhutam, Sa Adi Daivam, I am the governing principle of all the demigods, means one who actually takes care of all the devatas, who in turn are taking care of different portfolios of this material world. Sa Adi Yajnam, the reason why we are in this world is because of the karma, what we have to perform. And the results of our karma, if it is not offered to Krishna, there is no purification of our existence. So how to purify our existence? Sa Adi Yajnam. I am actually the enjoyer of all the sacrifices. One who understands this, he is the most intelligent person. He would be the fit person to actually liberate it from this material world and come back to the spiritual world. Lord Krsna says in 7th chapter. So then Arjuna asks, how is it possible? And Krishna says, one who is able to realize this, he will remember me even at the time of death. So Arjuna then asks, how is it possible that, Sa Adi Bhutam, Sa Adi Daivam, Sa Adi Yajnam. How is it possible that you can do all these functions? And also, Arjuna asks, till now you told that the karma means one who actually performs the activities in the material world. But you said, even after coming back to the spiritual world, you would be still performing the karma. So, which is, how is it possible for me to comprehend? Then what is the karma is all about? Adhyatma karma chakilam. One who realizes this, he would be able to come back and serve me in the spiritual world. So, Adhyatma karma, how is it possible that the karma can be Adhyatma and Bhautika as well? So, then Arjuna asks, how is it possible, in what form should we meditate upon you? Then actually Krishna explains the attributes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. See, he says, Kavim Puranam Anushasitaram Anoraniyamsa Anusmaredya Sarvasya Dataram Achintya Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat. So he says, the Lord is one who is Tamasa Parastat. If one is able to actually give light, he is supreme. So in this world also we consider many people as advanced because they are able to actually give clarity to us. If someone doesn't give clarity, how can we really consider that person as someone who can actually give knowledge? Knowledge means clarity. If you go to the universities also, teachers give clarity upon some of the most complex phenomenon of the engineering subjects. Yeah. So they are called someone who can give light. But these are all the solving problems of this world is is not so complex compared to the solving the problems of our own life, because our own life is so complex that we do not know. We are just like driving the car. If we are driving the car, we only know how to hold the steering wheel and change the gears and put the petrol or diesel. Do we really know how each and every element of the car works when we are driving? Just imagine, we are driving along, we absolutely don't have any idea about how the car is functioning. Similarly, our body as well, though the body we are able to manage everything, but there are so many interdependencies in our own body, so complex. Hence, it is very important for us to understand what our life system is all about. Who can actually give the knowledge of our life system than the Creator Himself? For example, if you have mobile, or even if you have a software product, if you have created a software product, for example, Amazon, because Harsha is here, I could able to think. Amazon Web Services. It is a software product. If a neophyte goes into Amazon Web Services and he says, let me exploit each and everything which is there in Amazon Web Services, would he be able to do without the help of a person who can actually help him to understand what is this software about? Absolutely not. Similarly, anything you take in this world, even the smallest instrument, it needs a knowledge of the Creator. Similarly, we, Bijam Mam Sarvabhutana Viddhipata Sanatanaha, Lord being the seed-giving Father, He is the only one who can actually provide us the knowledge about our own body. Hence, we need to realize this knowledge of what is the real problems of our life. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, Doshanu, Darshanam, Tamasat Parastat. One who can actually solve the problems of life, who can actually give the light, is called Supreme. So, Lord concludes this verse of the 9th chapter by saying, Aditya Varnam Tamasat Parastat. Why does Lord says Aditya Varna and Tamasat Parastat? Just like the sun, as soon as he wakes up, he is always awake. But for us, he wakes up based upon which continent of this globe we are in. As soon as the sun wakes up, the light comes in. As soon as the light comes in, all the pollutions of this land starts evaporating. You get what I mean? So, Aditya Varnam Tamasat Parastas. Lord is like that attribute which actually wakes each and every one. As soon as the Krishna goes inside our heart, all the ignorant, whatever the ignorant things we had, one of my friend was saying, as soon as he took up Krishna consciousness, first thing he realized that he stopped talking nonsense. So, as soon as Krishna goes in our heart, it becomes like a miracle. You don't know how the transformation starts. That's why it's very important that anyone who needs to take up the path of clarity needs to actually practice Krishna consciousness in a most organic way. It is not that you can inject Krishna consciousness in one shot, everyone becomes alerted. They have to come to temple, they have to sit, they have to associate with devotees, they have to be there, be in kirtan, listen, be in the association. Then only slowly the organic transformation happens. It doesn't happen just you say, Nandan, you need to be Krishna conscious. It is not a one shot instruction you give. It need to be experienced by someone. Arjuna needed time to experience himself before surrendering to Krishna. Till that time he was arguing with Krishna, he was playing around. So, tamasa parastat, darkness, removal of the darkness in our own heart, that happens only when there is a Aditya Varanam, because Aditya Varanam can only be equivalent to Lord Krishna himself. He only has a capacity to provide us the knowledge which can actually solve the problems of our life. No, this material world, the problems of this material world are not so complex compared to the problem of our own life system. For example, what is more complex, earning money or managing our health? Managing our health is more complex than earning money. Why? Because managing our health system, we ourselves don't know how the things happens. Earning money is a gross activity which happens. Managing our, body is a subtle thing. Giving food to our body is a gross. Nourishing our nervous system, nourishing our, subtle elements of our body, nourishing each and every subtle elements of our body is a complex thing. Who can do that? Managing our heart, you can, giving the food and the heart starts working. How is it possible? Can we do it? We can actually pass the food to the belly, but how belly has to transfer the energy to the different parts of the body is most complex.
Micro level.
Yeah, so micro level management, only Krishna can do that. That's why he's called Kavim. So Lord is called Kavim. Kavim is omniscient, one who knows each and everything in this material world, and as well as in the spiritual world. Can anyone give an example where Lord is perfectly fitting to, Kavi? How is he omniscient? Any pastime where Lord exhibited himself that he is the knower of everything. So when Lord Krishna saw the naked body of Duryodhana, timely he went and asked him to cover some of the private parts, saying that you are a Kshatriya. How is it possible that you can shamelessly go in front of Duryodhana? Was saying, she is my mother. She is my mother. But how? You are a Kshatriya. She says, don't you know that you need to cover your private parts? Omniscient, Kavim, because he exactly knew what is going to happen. Any other example? Akshaya Patra. Everything was finished. Absolutely, there was nothing there, and Draupadi was helpless. Durvasa had come. How is it possible for 10,000 disciples to be feeding? Krishna appeared, and Draupadi said, I absolutely don't have even a single grain in my house. Krishna said, it is there. He went and took a small grain from the vessel, and as soon as Krishna swallowed that one grain, each and every disciples of Durvas Muni became completely satiated and completely, satisfied. That is Kavim. Shows the omnipresence that Lord Krishna is taking the grain inside. Lord Krishna is sitting in as a Paramatma in each and everyone's heart of the Durvas Muni's disciples and ensuring that they are completely satisfied. Distributed system, complete distributed system. No big data can actually manage this technology except Lord himself. Yeah? Kavim. So, another example is where Draupadi, she's crying out, no one can save her except Lord Krishna, who comes in and omniscient is where Lord Krishna receives one thread from Draupadi when the blood comes out of his finger, takes a small cloth from Draupadi, and he tells, the time will come when I have to reciprocate with you. I will reciprocate in a way, that no one can do in this world. This is called Kavim, because he absolutely knows what is actually present, what is future. Vedaham samatitani vartamani manani cha Arjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani. He knows the present, he knows the past, he knows the future as well. That's why he's called Kavim. That is, yeah, Bahuvini me veditani janmani tava Arjuna. You have passed through so many janmas. Aham Veda Sarvani. I know each and every life of yours. Natvam Veda Parantapa. You don't know. You have passed so many lives have gone. So Kavim, omniscient, is the one of the attribute of the Supreme Person which defines him as a Supreme Person. It's actually, there is a ignorance that anyone can become God. It is befitting that Lord Krishna is God because Kavim Puranam. Kavim, he is omniscient. He knows everything. Then, so he knows everything means, for example, if you need to know how many cars are going in the streets, these streets of Vijayanagar, how many cars are going? Around 6 streets like this, 6 streets like this. If you need to know how many cars are going, how many people are going, how can you do that? The drone can actually see how many cars are going, how many people are traveling in the same street. That means that what? You have transcended in altitude. You get what I mean? You have gone, so the Kavim means one who has transcended space. You get what I mean? One who has completely transcended the space only can see each and everything. How many houses are there? How many? So that is Kavim. Omniscient means one who has transcended space. Yeah? Bhumi rapo nalo vayu kam mano buddhi revacha. Kam. The ether, the space is the most subtlest of all the gross elements, which Lord Krishna can actually transcend. And that's why he is able to see the presence of each and everyone because he has transcended the space. So, we also can transcend the space because we are qualitatively similar to Krishna. We can transcend the space by only connecting with Krishna. Though we cannot, even though we can become spiritual, go back to the spiritual world, not like Krishna that he can see each and every person's activity that is going on. Upadrishtaha Anumanta Bhakta Bhokta Maheshwara Paramatmechi Chapi Ukto Dehasmin Purushaparaha. He is Lord sitting in our heart as Paramatma. Upadrishtaha, he is witnessing each and every activities. He is witnessing the activities in the frog also. That's why Kanakadasa says, Talani Sadiru Kandya Talumanave. He says, who actually gives the food to the frog which lives underneath the stone? Who can give? Who can give? Are you providing the food to the frog? Are you providing the food to the elephant? Why are you worrying about? Lord Krishna is taking care of each and every one. Even the tree which is grown at the tallest of the mountain, peak of the mountain, no one can go and actually nourish the tree. Lord is protecting. Lord is actually nourishing. That's why he is omniscient. He knows the requirement of each and every one. That's why Lord says that, if one looks for any need in this world, whether material or even liberation, he should approach Krishna. Ittam dishati artitam artito nrunam naiva artito yat punarartito yatah swayam vidatte. So, the demigods are praying to Krishna and they are telling, we actually provide benediction to the individuals, but our benedictions are useless because we only actually provide a localized problem solving techniques for an individual. Our solutions are not holistic. Our solution is only localized. But your solution is completely holistic, just like Dhruva. Dhruva came asking for kingdom. Lord Krishna gave the planet itself. And not only Lord Krishna gave the planet, he made Dhruva to realize that he was asking some a broken piece of glass. And Dhruva realized that he doesn't need anything immediately after seeing Krishna. So Lord has a capacity to give in such a way that Lord not only satisfies the material need of the person, the eternal need of the person, complete whole. Lord gave the planet to Dhruva, and he himself became the servant in the doorkeeper of that Dhruva planet. That is the capacity of Lord Krishna. That's why he is omniscient, because he absolutely knows what is our need. Want, Devatas can fulfill. If you want, Nandan says, I want chocolate. Devatas will give you, Nandan, take chocolate. But if you go to Krishna, then say, Nandan, open your mouth. Let me see the teeth. Yeah, that is Lord Krishna. Yeah, so whatever we need, we should actually ask Lord Krishna, because Lord is Kavim. Then Puranam, Ishvaraha Paramakrishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadhir, Adhir Govinda, Sarvakarana Karanam. Anadhir. Someone who actually gives the source of everything is Krishna. Because he is Puranam, he is the oldest of the oldest. Bijam Mam Sarvabhutanam. He is the seed giving father of each and every one in this world. That's why Lord Shiva also, we were praying just 2 days back, where Lord Shiva actually says how he is Puranam. Lord Shiva actually addresses Lord Krishna, and there is the Rudra Gita in Srimad Bhagavatam where Lord Shiva is addressing and Krishna and telling how he is actually oldest of the oldest, how he is actually the source of all the creations. Yeah, Puranaha means now the Kavim, to know every activity what is happening, you need to transcend in altitude. If one needs to be the primeval or oldest, then what they need to transcend? Time. So Lord Krishna is telling, we are all battling today with what? Time. Everyone are saying, can you deliver in time? Time is the most important ingredient in our life. So you need to transcend time. Time actually, it's a leveler. Yeah, that's why Lord Shiva is praying to Krishna. Pramattamunche ritakritya chintaya pravruddhalobam vishayeshu lalasam tvam apramattah. Pramatta means completely mad. Pramatta, yeah, matta means intoxicated. Once you have this matta, completely intoxicated. Pramatta is superly intoxicated. Pramatta uchay. We are superly intoxicated that my boss to boss was there. His name was Prashant Burse. He had come to our place. So the Prashant Burse had come, Radha, I want to have dinner at our house. He was actually invited in Ruchi, Hotel Ruchi, right? He said, यार मेरे को actually this 5-star restaurant में दिल नहीं लगता. I want to have a simple food at your place. He came and had. So he came to the temple, he started reading this verse. He is the head of our this one. He manages all the complex things of this world, complex things of our corporate world. When he started reading, he became completely perturbed. What is this verse all about? Yaar, kya hai isme? And I actually started singing this verse for him. And he said, Pramatta Muchay Ritikritya Chintaya, and he read the entire meaning of it. He said, Dimak mein nahi ja raha yaar, chhod do yaar. So, it is not easy. The knowledge of the absolute, it really requires constant meditation, constant study. Pramatta Muchay, we are all intoxicated. I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that. Iti kritya chintaya, I have done this. You know how many people I manage? 1,000 people. 1,000 people I manage. Yeah, everyone works on themselves. It is not that, they need to hear from you to work. In this corporate world, as you go up, as many people you have, more luxury you are. You don't need to know anything, you just, you controlling liver through performance appraisal, everyone will be managing themselves. Yeah. Pramatta Muchay Ritikritya Chintaya, I have done this, I have done. Pravuddhalobam, As soon as you start saying, I have done this, I have done that, what happens? You become, pravritta lobha, greedy, pride. Pravritta lopam, vishayeshu lalasam. As soon as you start, the whole thing goes on only thinking about what I did, what I did, what I did. You will not even know what other people did. You will only meditate upon what I did. Yeah? So then Lord Shiva says to Krishna, Tvam apramatah. He addressed living entities as what? Pramatah. Now he is addressing Krishna as Tvam apramatah. You are alert. Sahasabi padyase. You are having thousands of hands. And Shulleliha, no? Ahir Ivakum Antakaha. Just like the rat actually makes the house for itself, or a frog makes house for itself and starts, calling each and every person, see how my house big. And the snake, as soon as the frog comes, then snake just goes inside. Not only it eats the frog, but it takes the house itself. So Lord Shiva addresses Krishna, Tvam apramatah, you are alert. You will be looking for people who are so ignorantly foolish that they are pridely, they are just showing off what they are. You just show them one day. Just, last week I was so disturbed to see this. Such a wonderful singer, KK, Krishna Kumar, yeah, Kunnat, right? So this Krishna Kumar is the inventor of the music, because the old time musics were such that it was not very much attracting the youths. As soon as this KK started coming, the same tunes, he started singing in such a way that it started creating vibrations in the heart of the youths, and he became so famous. Wonderful person, a very simple, down to earth. When he had come to Infosys, my goodness, he had created thousands of people had gathered. He may not have money like Ambani, but he has fame more than Ambani. If Ambani goes, 1,000 people can go behind. If KK goes, 10,000 people. But see the tragedy. So, we might have each and everything in this world, but Tvam apramataha, Lord is alert to see the need of each and every individual, to provide his requirement on a timely basis. We absolutely don't know. Time is not under our control. If KK had fame, he didn't have time. You get what I mean? He absolutely was not even aware. He took a selfie in the hotel. Within 1 minute, he collapsed in the room. Can you just imagine? When he went inside the restaurant, the hotel, Oberoi hotel, there were thousands of girls and boys who were wanting to take selfie. 2 minutes he walked inside his room, collapsed. Complete emptiness. Yeah, just see the miracle of time, how the time influences each and every person. Puranam, that's why Lord Krishna is a controller of time. That's why Tvamekamadhyam Purusha Supta Shakti Taya Rajastatvatamo Vipidyate. Lord Shiva again is addressing Tvameka Adhyaha. You are the primeval, oldest of the oldest. From you all the creation has taken place. Tvamekam Adhyaha Purushaha Supta Shakti. From your internal potency, you are able to create each and everything. That's why Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Maya Adhyakshena Prakriti. Under my direction, each and everything in this material world is working. Puranam, yeah. Anushasitaram. Anushasan means what? Yeah, set some rules and control. Lord has a controlling power. As soon as Lord is transcended space, Lord has transcended time. When time is under his control, space is under control. Anushasitaram. He is able to actually not only create, he is able to control. How he is able to control? He is now Anorani Amsha. He is smallest of the smallest. He is smallest of the smallest. How is it possible that Lord Krishna needs to be smallest? If he is unlimited, if Lord Krishna is unlimited, why can't he actually? There was one who asked Prabhupada the question: is it possible for Lord to create something which he himself cannot lift? Prabhupada said, yes, Lord can create something which he himself cannot lift, and he again shows to everyone that he can lift. That is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why? How is it that Lord couldn't able to lift even a small pot of yogurt in front of Yashoda? And when he goes to the Govardhan hill, he just lifts in the small finger the entire Govardhan hill. That is Anor Aniyamsha. Because he becomes limited to Yashoda, he becomes unlimited to everyone. You get what I mean? That is the power of Lord Krishna. Anor Aniyamsha. So that's why Anushasitaram. So that Anushasan, through the laws, he controls the entire universal world. He creates the laws that each and every orbits. That there is a Brahma Samhita where Lord Brahma prays to Krishna, right? That you are created all the satellites. Those satellites are moving. Andarantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastam Govindam Adipurusham Tamam Bhajami. I am praying to the Lord who is so inconceivable that he creates the satellites, he just puts in them orbits. And those satellites are just rotating in their own orbits. Now, it hasn't happened that the Earth has gone into the Mars orbit, Mars has come to the Earth orbit. Sometimes the manager, in front of the manager, the employee starts doing, right? I cannot work, you only work. Yeah? But it doesn't happen to Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna looking at, looking in the Bhagavatam says, Vasudev says, looking in front of Krishna, looking at Krishna, sun starts sunshining. The moon starts actually working. Yeah? Because of fear of Krishna, each and every devata starts actually working. Yeah? So Anushasitaram, he is the controller. He is controller, he is limited and unlimited. Anor Aniyamscha, he is most limited like living entities. He creates living entities who are most Anor Aniyamscha. They are all small part and parcel, as a insignificant part and parcel. Yeah? As Lord Krishna says in 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So through the control, Lord is able to manage each and every living entities in this world. There is the fifth verse of the 7th chapter. Aparayam itastvanyam prakritim viddhime param jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedam daryate jagat. Krishna created all the material world. Bhumirapu nalovai kammano buddhirevacha. These 8 elements Krishna created. Krishna created this universal world. In 4th verse of the 7th chapter he says, then he says, he created the living entities. Aparayam itastvanyam. There is another energy which is the most subtlest. It is subtler than mind, intelligence and false ego, which is soul, which is actually exploiting the facilities of this world. Yeah? Jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedam daryate jagat. Daryate means one who actually, dataram, one who is maintainer. Yeah? Sarvasya dataram, achintya rupam. Yeah? So, Sarvasya Dhataram Achintya Rupam, one who is able to actually maintain everyone. So, Anor Aniyamsha Anusparedya, Lord Krishna says, one who is able to understand that I am unlimited, inconceivable, because I can become smallest of the smallest, I can become gigantic. He says, Sarvasya Dhataram Achintya Rupam. Achintya Rupam means unlimited, inconceivable form, where even the entire Kurukshetra, army is going inside the mouth of Krishna in the Virat Rupa. That is Achintya Rupam, Sarvasya Dhataram, one who actually provides the necessities, maintains each and every one in this world. That's why Lord Krishna exhibited this attribute. How? One who maintains each and every one. There is one pastime by which, how he maintained each and every one Brahma Vimohan Leela, if you go to Vrindavan, there's Brahma Vimohan Leela, where Brahma himself became, completely bewildered. How is it possible that he is Supreme Vishnu, that he has come and he is just fighting with Yashoda to eat butter? I don't agree. He is Vishnu. Then he starts thinking that he is some ordinary person. So, then to test Lord Krishna, he steals all the Gopals with whom actually Lord Krishna was playing. Seeing this, Brahma stealing all the Gopals of Vrindavan, putting them in the cave, Lord Krishna expands himself as the Gopalas, and he goes to each and every residence of the Vrindavan, and he starts, he becomes the son of all the gopis. All the gopis, Lord Krishna is inconceivable because through one pastime he satisfies each and everyone, maintains each and everyone. Brahma had this ignorance that he got confused. Krishna clarified Brahma. Gopis had another problem. Gopis wanted Krishna as their son. Each and every gopi of Vrindavan wanted Krishna as their son. And gopis had such an intense bhakti, Lord Krishna had to satisfy. So Lord Krishna not only solved the problems of Lord Brahma, but Lord Krishna through one pastime, he solved the problems of the gopis as well. And he also, cows and calves, everywhere Lord Krishna in Vrindavan. That is the inconceivable. Sarvasya Dataram. He maintains everyone. Another example is 16,108. They were captivated by whom? Narakasur. They were captivated by Narakasur. That in the olden time, if the king captivates them, all of them, they become actually logically wives of Narakasur. And they will not be married to anyone. So then when they returned back to their parents' place, the parents started complaining, why did you come back? No, I cannot maintain you because you have become already the wife of someone. Go back. And they started praying, how is it possible that Krishna, you released us? Now we are actually imprisoned. We are prisoners again. How is it possible that you can actually give a benediction of freedom, but we are becoming a prisoner? Krishna says, I will marry every one of you. From now onwards, you are actually the wives of me. Krishna, Sarvasya Dataram, he maintained 16,108. Just imagine the potency of Krishna. He is managing, 16,108 wives. He is present each and every houses. He is eating Manchurian in one's house. He is eating, the dahi vada in another's house. He is eating, gulab jamun in one's house. He is eating rasgulla in one place. Everyone are getting, unique reciprocation of what they have offering to Krishna. That is the, omnipotence of Krishna. That's, it's no one can do this pastime. No one can. Someone can actually do going to 1 or 2 places, 3 places maximum. For example, it's said that Shringeri Acharya, he could able to go to 3 of the disciples' place at one time in a Shringeri. Everyone have some mystic power, siddhi. Our siddhi is limited to some extent. We might be siddhi to some extent. Some says, I can drink the poison of the snake. Some siddhi is there. Someone, sleeps on the fire all the time, 24 hours a day. It's there in, I saw in the news. I got really, everyone has siddhi. But siddhi of Krishna, no one can match. We are qualitatively, have power equal to Krishna in insignificant quantity. Krishna is like an ocean. We are like an ocean drop. We also, worship by, being the, seed-giving father, we also have little siddhi. Sarvasya Dataram, Achintya Rupam, inconceivable form of Krishna. Lord is Anoraniya, Lord is Achintya Rupa also. Aditya Varnam Tamasas Parastat. This is the potency of Krishna, and This is the verse which actually describes the Supreme Personality of Godhead, His entire attributes, how we actually need to conceive and meditate when we are actually, serving Lord, yeah, serving Lord Krishna. So, when Arjuna asked, how can I understand you as a Supreme Person and meditate upon you in such a way that even prayana kale api chamam, even at a time of death I will be able to remember you. These attributes we are able to remember, then we would be able to serve Krishna and develop relationship with Krishna. And all this is possible when we actually purify ourselves. To understand each and every attribute of Krishna, it really requires, when Lord Brahma himself can become confused. Who absolutely we are. One person went to the planet, he went to the space and he started seeing Earth, which is a globe. He started saying, I have come millions of miles away from Earth planet. I can see each and everything in the Earth planet. I cannot see God here. Another person said, just take out your oxygen mask. You will immediately remember it. Yeah. So, we can do, each and everything to challenge Krishna. We can challenge, but to realize Him, it is not an easy thing. The only way we can actually realize Him is through, the iti shodashakanam nam, kali kalmashanashanam. We have so much of impurities in our heart. Those impurities will not go even if we become as powerful as Elon Musk, as the who is the founder of Microsoft, Bill Gates, or Amazon founder Bezos, or anyone as powerful. You cannot understand. No matter how much money we will accumulate, that will never ever qualify us to realize that or make us God, because we can never become God. We are insignificant. Even though we can be owner of everything, 100 years maximum we have to manage. After that again we have to come, Bezos has to come back again he has to learn Baba, black sheep, have you any wool? Although he sold every continent of the wool through his Amazon, again coming back, he has to say, Baba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, yes sir, 3 bag full. Yeah, that is the limited capacity of all of us. So, iti shodashakanamnam kali kalmarshanashanam nato parataropayam sarva vedeshu drishyate. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This iti shodashakanamnam, this 16 syllables is so powerful that if we start chanting the names of Krishna, automatically we will be able to some more insignificant way, we will be able to realize the omnipotence, all the opulences of Krishna. And this is the only way we can actually develop relationship with Krishna. Only way we can develop relationship with Krishna is when we understand we are not Krishna. If we start thinking we are Krishna, then how is it possible to know? He becomes a competitor, right? Only when we know that we are not Krishna, to know we are not Krishna, we need to understand the 9th verse of 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Then only we will be able to understand we are not Krishna. Otherwise, we will be always fighting. Why should we know about Krishna? Why should we need to go to temple? I myself am the temple. You worship me. So it's very, very important to understand the opulences of Krishna, and then only we will understand our opulences. Yeah, and this Hare Krishna Mahamantra purifies all of us. Yeah, purifies all of us. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you.